All right, I'm at the old site of Frisco. It was a silver mining town that started in the 1870s. Behind me is the historical marker. Take a look at there. It tells a little bit about it. It was fairly lucrative until 1885 when the mine caved in. It was a vertical shaft. The mine is up there against the mountain there behind my truck. You can see the extensive diggings of it. What happened is, before there was a shift change, and the mine had been rumbling all morning long or evening. I don't remember which one it was. So the mine manager had everybody stay above ground for a while to see what was going to happen, and then shortly before they were supposed to go down for their shift, the whole thing caved in. It was a vertical shaft, and they had different levels. I think there were 7 of them, and pretty much all of them caved in, and they were never able to get, back down as deep as they had in the past. So it's been off and on mining since. So currently, the property I'm standing on is owned by the mining company, and then we've got up here, we'll go take a look. There's some charcoal kilns that are on BLM or Bureau of Land Managed property. We'll go take a look at those, and then we'll look at the old town site. And the old town site is actually on the mine property as well, and they allow people to go in there and look around. I mean, there's been tons of people in there digging bottles, metal detecting, whatever, since probably the 1970s. So I'm gonna get back in the truck, drive up the road a little bit, and take a look at the what's up there. So be back in just a minute. All right, before I go up to the old town site, I decided to take a little detour here to I remembered the cemetery was up closer to the mine. So the Frisco Cemetery is behind me here. We'll go in and take a look at a couple of the headstones, and then I'm a lot closer to the mine now too, which you can see up there on the hill. There's still some old buildings and things up there, but the property is off limits. The gate's right there. They dug a big ditch so that you can't get up there. I've been up there before they made it no trespassing or off limits, because I think they're doing some new investigation work up there to see if there's any more minerals that can be mined. But let's take a quick look in the cemetery and take a look at some of the headstones in here. All right, so here's a headstone here. It's like this person passed away in 1898. Says they died at Frisco. Got another one right over here that's got a iron gate around it. So this person died in 1884, it looks like. Gonna see if, it was a baby. Well, yeah, survived. Looks like about a year. Another headstone right up here. Be back in just a minute when we get up to it. All right, there's a few of them here. This person died. Well, it's another baby. Looks like 3 days old. That's sad. Another here was a young child. This must be a family plot. It looks like that child was only a couple years old. Life in these ghost towns was rough. Here's another baby. Looks like lived about 18 days is all. So that looks like a family plot. And then there's a headstone here that's really pretty ornate for an old ghost town. Got some nice engraving on that side, and this person, it's really hard to read. It's so weathered. I'm not sure. So I had thought that there was a bunch of headstones up here in here from the influenza epidemic. I may have read that, and you know, there's so many unmarked graves up here is the thing. Here is another young child. Looks like 11 years old. So, like I said, life in these mining towns was rough. Take a look at a few more over here and then go up to the town site. Here's one that's a little bit older person. Died in 1879, so right at the, you know, right in the middle of the height of the mining activity here. So, all right, I'm gonna shut this down and we'll go up to the old town site. I know that there was basically kind of two town sites here. The reason for the buildings up close to the mine, there were, you know, there was like a boarding house and I'm sure a store and stuff like that up there. Not, you know, you can't get access. This other place you can get access to, you can walk right down the main street. That's where all of the hotels and things were located in the main part of town where you did your business at night. So I'll be right back and we'll take a look at that. All right, behind me are the charcoal kilns back there. And what they did with charcoal kilns is they gathered a bunch of the wood around here and then slow burned it in there to create charcoal, and then they would use that in the mill. And the mill was located approximately in this area too, up on this hillside. There's part of the foundation right there, but let's take a walk up to the kilns. It looks like, I mean, they had them fenced at one time and it looks like it's kind of been pulled down. Anyway, this one behind me it looks like it's totally intact. I'll go in there and take a look at it real quick. Smells like charcoal in here, even old wood. So there's the vent hole up there. They would fill this thing full of wood and then light it. And this is where they would light it. But it's pretty neat. Of course, people have been in here vandalizing, which is why they put a gate up to begin with. But this is a totally intact charcoal kiln. Look at the roof up there. This is all just created with stones. Let's go take a look at a couple more and then we will head down to the main part of town, which is back that way. The mill and whatnot was up on the hill above the town. Here's another kiln that's fallen in. It looks like that one over there is pretty good. You can see all the rocks in the bottom of that one. This one looks like it started to fall in. Yeah, look, it's around the vent holes where it started to fall in, but these things are just really neat. Doesn't look like anybody's been in here to vandalize this. Every one of them smells like an old campfire though. It's pretty neat. Now, there's the couple more there. It looks like that one's totally intact. That one over there is obviously caved in. So get back to the truck, drive down to the old main street in town, and we'll take a look at that. All right, behind me here is Main Street of Old Frisco. It's kind of windy. I'm trying to block the wind as much as I can here, but let's just take a look. Main Street was right here. This would have been one of the buildings on the west side of Maine. I'm not sure what this was. It was probably either a hotel or a store. I mean, this is basically Main Street. Got a hotel and hotel, stores, saloons, you know, your typical businesses of the day. But this is probably the best building that's still standing, what's left of it anyway. Looks like there was another one right here next to it, a smaller business. And Main Street ran down through there, basically kind of down through the gully. The businesses are straight down here, and then across the street were the other ones. From what I've been told by an older gentleman here one time, was that there was a hotel that stood right there, and you had a number of saloons and things spread down through here. I will try to get a picture and put it up. Show you what it kind of looked like. This is kind of neat. Old window frame there. That's really pretty cool. And down here, most of this is still standing other than the roof. This may have been a bank because of at least the back part of it. Well, that part of it's got it too. This may have been a bank. It's got these old hinges for probably an iron shutters. Back here we could go in it. Still snow back here in the shadows. That's really neat. If you look at the old maps, most of the houses were back in here, up on the hillside here. You had some mine buildings back over here. The smelter was back over there where the charcoal kilns are behind my truck. But most of your business activity took place right here. So now, like I mentioned, this is on private property. It's owned by the mine. Not being actively mined right now. I have, and many others have been out here metal detecting, digging for bottles, whatnot. I'm going to get the metal detector out for a little while here and see what we can find. Okay, I've got the metal detector out. Going to do a little bit of detecting. What I'm running today is the XPORX, and I'm running it in coin fast with a few modifications. And running the 9.5 by 5 inch elliptical coil. So out here, I'm over by the mine buildings, and I've come across this one here that's got the roof kind of caved in, but down in there is a big concrete foundation. Not sure what they use this for. Go over here and just take a look at it real quick. And then behind me are some foundations. Part of the mining operation. I'm not sure what they were used for. That looks like it almost could be like a loading area or something. And then the old railroad grade is running along there too. You can see it real good right there. There's a washout where the cut is washed out there where that ravine is. But we'll wander over there by those foundations and see if we can find anything. And I'll be back if we do. Alright, found my first treasure at the old ghost town. Looks like that's a watch, pocket watch part. Got the gears in there. Sometimes there'll be some writing on it or something that you can identify, like a patent number, and get a date. There's some writing right there. Actually, it just looks like it's some hash marks, not actual writing. There might be some right there though. Let's see, sorry, let me see if I can wipe this off a little better so we can read it. All right, so there is some information on this. It says manufactured by the, and I can't read the name of the clock company, but it says something clock company, New York, U.S. of America, patent April 17th, 1888. That's pretty neat. So, first find that dates back to the town. A little bit later than the town. Well, I mean, the town was here into the 30s, but the height of the town was about 1875 to 1885. But that is neat nonetheless. Neat little treasure here at the ghost town. That's right here. Looks like this was probably like the end of a belt. It's brass, as I think that's what that was, but that's pretty neat. Ghost town treasure. Bit like the watch part, I'll leave that there for somebody else to find and look at and enjoy. So, all right. Well, this is kind of neat, and you usually find quite a few of these in ghost towns, and it's what it is a harmonica reed. Sometimes you can find a patent date on them, but I don't see anything on this particular one. But I will leave that there for someone else to find. All right, so there you have it. That's pretty much an overview of the old town of Frisco and the things that are around here to see. It's about, if you live in the Salt Lake area, it's about 3 hours outside of Salt Lake to the southwest. Kind of a neat place to come for the day. If you've got four-wheelers, there's lots of four-wheeling activity around here. There's even stuff back towards Milford. There's a lot of OHV trails back that way. There's also some good hiking opportunities around here. So if you ever want to come down this way, it's a good day trip, or you can even stay overnight in Milford. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.